Thanks for joining our special coverage of G20 Summit in New Delhi. In the first session under the theme One Earth, President Yoon Suk Yeol drew the world's attention to climate change and pledged greater action to assist other countries in making the green transition. We connect with our correspondent Oh Soo-young, who is at the Korea Press Center in the Indian capital. Hello there, Sooyoung.
Hi, Dami.
So, Sooyoung, we heard President Yoon Suk Yeol stress the importance of global solidarity in tackling climate change.
Yes, Tammy. So at the first session of the G20 this morning, President Yoon laid out Korea's specific contributions to overcoming the global climate crisis. First, he announced a plan to contribute $300 million to the Green Climate Fund, or GCF, which provides financing for low-emission and climate-resilient projects in developing countries. Now, Seoul's top office says Yoon is aiming to take the lead in providing financial and technical support to countries without the capacity to develop green technologies on their own and also lack some infrastructural support to go with in order to go carbon neutral. Now, South Korea's Hongdo City actually hosts headquarters of the GCF, which was established under the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change in 2010. Seoul has contributed some $300 million since 2013 and will add another $300 million during the second round of financial contributions next year. Now, President Yoon also pledged to bolster cooperation to help other countries make a clean energy transition and also strengthen energy security based on South Korea's nuclear power plant technology. In particular, Korea will accelerate the development of small nuclear reactors and also help provide hydrogen-powered vehicles and technology as well, with South Korea having become the first country to succeed in mass-producing hydrogen-powered cars, and it's still ranking first in the world in terms of distribution. Seoul's top office says that the country has the industrial prowess to lead in the green transition, which will also help boost South Korea's export markets. Another point was decarbonizing ships and shipping routes based on Seoul and Washington's pledge last year to create a green cargo shipping corridor that links the port of Busan with the ports of Seattle and Tacoma. By presenting these ways that South Korea can best contribute and also benefit from the green transition, Seoul hopes to become recognized as a leading country in climate action as well as a powerhouse of carbon neutral industries.
Korea has been focusing on developing green technology, as its main industries are those with high carbon emissions, such as semiconductors, oil refining, and chemicals. In line with this, President Yoon reiterated Korea's leading role in spreading green technology and experience to emerging countries.
Right. Now, the second session is also scheduled for this afternoon, local time over there. And tomorrow, President Yoon will be speaking at the third, which is the last session under the theme One Future. Now, what will that be about?
Right. Well, the press will speak again at the third and final session titled One Future, as you said. And there he's going to map out Korea's role and contribution to building a free rules-based international order. To do that, he's likely to expand Seoul's support for Ukraine and also call on G20 members to establish new global norms for the sustainable and ethical advancement of digital technology. Now, ahead of his arrival in New Delhi, Yoon told local media that at a time when the world economy is confronting challenges such as geopolitical competition, high inflation, and the protracted war in Ukraine, the G20 countries must demonstrate their leadership in order to overcome the challenges facing humanity and also move towards a one future of shared prosperity.
Definitely. And also the president's trip to India is significant because it is the 50th year of diplomatic relations between the two countries. He'll be also meeting with Prime Minister Modi, right?
Yes. So right now we don't have the exact time or location just yet, but the presidential office said on Friday that the meeting is expected to take place on Sunday before President Yoon leaves for Seoul. Now, the president said that when he meets with Prime Minister Modi, they will look to strengthen trade and economic relations, first discussing the 2010 Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, and also discuss ways to strengthen cooperation in the defense industry and also high-tech supply chains. Yoon and Modi will also enhance infrastructure cooperation. through South Korea's Economic Development Cooperation Fund, and also ramp up joint research and collaborations in the fields of space, nuclear energy, health, and other key technologies as well. So I'll be keeping you updated when I have more details, of course.
All right. Thank you, Sooyoung, for your coverage as always.
My pleasure.